One ball, 22 players, and 90 minutes of play. Drop a soccer ball onto almost any patch of grass on Earth, and the people around you will know exactly what to do with it. Football functions as an open-source, unspoken language understood across continents. But this global consensus is a recent development. For most of human history, a shared vocabulary for this game simply didn't exist. The sport's current dominance relies on a specific transition, one that replaced regional chaos with a single enforceable standard. Humans have always found ways to kick objects around for entertainment. However, these early regional games were completely isolated from one another. In China, during the Han Dynasty around the 2nd century BC, soldiers played a game called cuju. These players kicked a leather ball stuffed with hair and feathers through a small opening in a woven net. Today, FIFA recognizes cuju as the earliest recorded competitive kicking game. Thousands of miles away, the ancient Greeks and Romans had their own variations. Rather than formalized sports, these ancient variations were rugged military drills designed to build stamina and physical agility. By the early 19th century, this localized approach reached a breaking point in England. Across the country's public schools and universities, hundreds of incompatible variations of football appeared simultaneously. Rules changed based on which campus you were standing on. Some schools encouraged catching and running with the ball in hand, while others strictly penalized any use of the hands. This created a logistical barrier. Without a singular law bridging these local versions, a team from one town couldn't play a fair match against another, preventing the sport from growing beyond its immediate surroundings. The solution to this gridlock began on October 26, 1863, at the Freemasons Tavern in London. Representatives from various clubs and schools gathered to form the Football Association, or the FA. Their goal was to draft a unified rulebook and resolve the ongoing rules crisis. This historical clipping details early press coverage of the Football Association's regulations. The critical mechanism of order was an absolute ban on carrying the ball with hands. By writing this into law, they severed association football from rugby and chaotic matches of the past. The group at the tavern created a reproducible framework that could be exported and replicated across the world. With a standardized rulebook officially in place, the sport became highly mobile. British merchants, sailors, and soldiers carried this rulebook alongside their cargo. Traveling on steamships and trains, they introduced the standardized game to ports across Europe, South America, and Asia. In a remarkably short amount of time, this specific version of football took root internationally, replacing uncodified local pastimes. The FA's rules were simple. Foreign nations could adopt the game without needing intricate translations, specialized playing surfaces, or expensive equipment. Standard rules acted like a universal operating system. Any culture could install the logic and immediately understand the parameters, fueling the sport's rapid spread. Because nations were finally playing by the exact same rules, fair international matches became possible. This created the need for a central governing body to manage competition. To manage this expanding ecosystem, FIFA, the Fédération Internationale de Football Association, was founded in Paris in May of 1904. This new global order soon required an ultimate test of international supremacy, leading to the creation of the FIFA World Cup. In 1930, Uruguay built monumental stadiums to host and eventually win the very first tournament. The 1930 tournament proved that standardized rules had turned a schoolyard pastime into an organized international institution. Over the following decades, this globally understood framework allowed individual brilliance to be recognized and celebrated worldwide. The World Cup evolved into a peak of human competitive achievement, drawing viewership across nearly every culture on Earth. Today, the game is a multi-billion-dollar industry outfitted with goal-line technology. Yet, the actions of modern superstars are still governed by the logic established back in 1863. The physical act of kicking a ball is a basic human instinct, but the codification of rules allowed football to cross borders and unite the globe. Who is your all-time favorite football player? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey, hit the like button and subscribe for more historical deep dives.